Ricky, you've just finished your final training session there. Huge excitement amongst the group, but you're excited yourself. This is a big occasion, big opportunity this weekend.
Yeah, no, I think we've talked about this week. The guys worked exceptionally hard to get this home semi-final, and it gives an opportunity for those group of players to play in front of what will hopefully be a big crowd at Sandy Park, but also for something tangible. And yeah, that final, whether it be at home or away, is something that's massively exciting for us as coaches, but also as a group of players. I can't speak highly of them enough in terms of how hard they worked in the group stages to make Sale have to go to Bristol and win by 28 points to get the home semi-finals. Just credit to the work that this group of players have put in, and also the guys that's been playing with smiles on their faces, but also working hard for each other. That's been really pleasing.
It's a competition which over the years, I'm going to take you all the way back to 2014 when we won it. It's a competition that you've always let youth have its chance and make the most of their opportunities, and that's what we're seeing again with this next generation of players, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be massively important that this competition has always been part of our development pathway for players. Also, we had a long selection discussion around whether we bring some senior players into the squad around some certain positions, but we've looked at the players that have earned the right to be in this semi-final, but also what's best for the development of the squad moving forward. We have got some young, exciting players in there, but also we've got some experienced guys that are going to come in and just add that bit of stability around those players. So look, they've worked exceptionally hard. It's been an outstanding training week. The guys that you can see are excited about playing at home, again in front of our home crowd. And we've talked a little bit this week around we're in 3 competitions, still in them, and that's massively exciting. We've got opportunities to create some memories that people won't be able to take away from us, and there's some special guys that are leaving at the end of the year, and also there's a special group of players that will be staying and looking to move the club forward. So from that perspective, we've got the first opportunity to get ourselves into a final and some silver, but also just create some memories that will not get taken away from them when those guys move on, but also for the guys that are staying. And for me, that's massively pleasing to be part of.
It's a recurring thing that we're talking about, that there are guys leaving and they've shared in a lot of happy days for this club, but equally you're seeing this next generation coming through, and some of the strides, even today with Chris and Daff getting called up for Wales starting roles, that shows the progress and the future is bright. Yeah,
definitely. I think if you look at the guys that are in and around the Six Nations squads, they're young men, and they're still developing as well, but they're getting opportunities because they've worked exceptionally hard. Yes, obviously, as a club, we've been part of that, and we'll be part of new players that are coming through and developing them. One, to be Exeter Chiefs Premiership players, but also then to go on to internationals. So this competition's always played a massive part of that, and we always talk about it, Steve, around this competition, the players that have come through it, and nothing's going to change at the weekend. There's a sprinkling of some guys in there that our supporters may not have seen before as well, that we're really excited about. And with all the players leaving, it is emotional times because these guys have played a big part in what we've built here as a club. But look at the exciting players that are going to be able to come through now and rebuild the club and move us forward. So from that perspective, for me, I'm actually really looking forward to seeing these players just play together and seeing what they can do and how they fight for each other. And that's how we'll get the crowd behind us on Saturday. And what we've done in the past in this group and in the Premiership is that the crowd can see the emotion and the caring that these guys have for each other.
The past experience will tell you that with Sale, whatever side they bring, they're going to be tough, they're going to be confrontational, they're going to be physical, all those things in spades. And off the back of a defeat last week, they'll want to bounce back pretty quick, won't they?
Yeah, if you actually look back through the group stage and you watch their games, they were probably one of the form sides in the group stages. I think obviously they went to Bristol and didn't have the performance that they wanted. But that's credit to us. We put pressure on them having to go to Bristol and win by 28 points, and that can change your mindset around how you play the game. But also as well, we're not looking at a game going, oh, they didn't perform. We're looking at the other 2 games and going, look, this is what they're going to bring as a squad, and even like looking around how they've performed in the Premiership. But these competitions allow you to actually focus on yourself quite a lot in terms of you don't know what opposition you'll be playing and what patterns or strikes they might run. You can have a theme. So from that perspective, we've been able to focus on ourselves. And when we set out our battle plan on Monday, we talked around obviously turning their strengths into weaknesses and actually being able to take what they perceive as their strengths into to enable us to play our game and that side.
Home advantage, Ricky, how big is that for you this weekend? As you say, you've worked hard to get it, but now you've got to make the most of it.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, it's an unbelievable thing to play in front of, in the group stage, 9,000 people at Sandy Park. Not just from the emotional lift that it gives you, but also for the experience that some of those younger players and the senior guys will have playing in front of that crowd. And it may not be seen now, but in a year or 2 or 3 years' time, where these guys are playing in Premiership games, those moments playing in front of those crowd and the support will help them in terms of how they deal with pressure.